The rise of ritual killings among Nigerian youth has gotten increasingly highly worrisome in recent times. There was a video of a 100-level biology student of Federal University Lokoja in Kogi State confessing to ending the life of a female colleague who he kidnapped. The young man, identified as Jeremiah, was arrested by the Nigerian police officer in Kogi State. He took the girl to the bush and he buried the girl. The girl's name is Deborah, a female colleague. What sort of person would do a thing like this? We saw the video, very young. Who should we hold accountable for this heart-wrenching trend?
This is a sad one, very painful one. And the story had brewed over a while before the video of, how she was strangled. There was a rope around her neck and he confessed to dragging her there. And I was just worried listening to it. I felt, who do I blame? Just as you were asking. I started with his parents, but then I blamed society. Parents and whatever bad policies they had would either form their kids or society must correct the child. But now society doesn't correct, and it comes down to, years now, we have not seen any form of capital punishment. We wonder why there's an increase. The laws are being passed daily. In some states now, if a kidnapped victim dies in your custody, it's death sentence. I think about 6 states have passed it into law, Kano recently, and you have more states like that signing up. But the laws are just there. The governors,
we need to call out our governors,
run elections every 4 years, get in office. They don't know it is important to sign death sentences. If a person exhausts, I'm not saying that the courts are perfect, I'm saying if a person has exhausted their appeals, they've gone all the way to the Supreme Court, don't continue to use taxpayers' money to maintain them. Because society now thinks, if I get into the prisons or the custodial centers and I get holy or get pious, there should no longer be consequence. There's human law, there's God's law. And we don't enforce that. That's one. The second one is that we also are, accommodating of materialism. There's a high level of Yahoo we have legitimized. Mothers spend Yahoo funds given to them by their children, and they excuse it. And so the person who know if you be looking, last year or last 2 years, a set of boys who are supposed to have been in an Islamic school, were somewhere in Ogun State hatching what to do with human body parts. They Googled it, they studied it. They had gone on Facebook, then they thought, okay, how do we get a woman? One of them dated a girl, invited her to Ogun State, where they not only killed her, roasted her, dried her body parts, pounded it, the entire process.
As they saw it on
human interest in the newspapers.
Yes.
And society still didn't react. We're looking at young boys having unexplainable means of monies in their accounts. We're quiet as a society. Recently, a set of boys who have been extradited to the US for sextortion.
Yeah.
These boys didn't think anything was wrong in sextorting. It's just sextorting now. Take their nude. So they took nude pictures that, that act a page of a female American and used it to request nudes of an American boy.
That happened.
Yeah. And they got the nudes and then they started to use it to blackmail the American boy, asking for $1,000. This boy is less than 18. He doesn't even have the meaning. The boy kept begging them in the space of about 6 hours. The conversation was ongoing and he was saying, I have only $300. He has sent it, please. And they were saying, okay. And he had said in the video, at this point, I think I should just kill myself. They said, go ahead or we'll make you. Nigerian boys who are supposed to be under their mother's wrappers. So, as society, too many things that we have allowed, it's too wide.
You have to tell us how that story ends.
So, fortunately, Nigerian government on this one did something. When the American government investigated and said this is a crime in their country and they wanted to enforce it, they have a crime established. They found the boys' names and everything, and the Nigerian government just put them in prison. Now they've extradited 2. One is still in court trying to fight against his extradition, but 2 have gone. They'll be facing the American legal system for whether they are free or not. And you see it happen there. How many kidnappers have we been successful here with?